It's Nicole Noasad, and welcome back to another Trendy Tuesday here on the Jillibean Soup blog. Today I'm going to show you how to make this tiny little mini album perfect for your vacation photos, or any photos really. And what we're going to use are these really fun Jillibean Soup mini envelopes. They come in the wooden pattern as well as the white chevron, and you don't need much else. What you do need are 9 of those mini envelopes, some good adhesive, glue dots or a hot glue gun, so your favorite Jillibean Soup pad and paper, scrap piece of chipboard, you can use your sewing machine if you want, and just some miscellaneous embellishments. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your mini envelope and just fold the bottom little flap over upon itself. So you're going to fold it up, and that's how we're going to join the books together. So to do that, you just add a little bit of a tape runner to that flap, and then you're going to line it up with the next envelope. So the best thing to do is go ahead and fold all 9 of your envelopes straight away to get them ready to go. So as you can see here, you just simply line up the folded part to one side of the good part of the envelope, and you add some adhesive, and just make sure you use something strong. I went ahead here and I added some stitching to mine to make sure it stayed really well, because my adhesive wasn't the greatest. But if you use something like a really thick double-sided tape, you would need to stitch at all. So just continue to add your envelopes until you have them all completed. And you can see here, I just added the stitching. Like I said, it adds a little bit of detail and it makes it stronger, but you don't need to do that. So you finish with your envelopes by taking them, and you'll have a little flap at the end here. And I've just gone and sewed mine down, but if you don't, you would just add some double-sided adhesive just to stick that little flap down. And then the inside of your book is completed. So here is a shot of that. You can just see they're all stuck together with those flaps on the one side, and the open end being the open end of the envelopes on the other. So all that you really need to do now is add a cover. And to do that, the first thing you need is to measure a piece of chipboard that is 8 3/4 inches long by 3 1/4 inches tall. You can see here I've taken my score pal and I have scored it at the 4-inch mark and the 4 3/4 inch mark. And I've done the same thing with 2 different pieces of pattern paper. And I've just gone ahead and covered my cover, the chipboard cover, with those pieces of pattern paper, and I've rounded off the corners of my book. So the outside here has this new arrows from the cool as a cucumber soup, and on the inside I have a fun orange pattern from Spicy Social Soup. And I've added some stitching, but you totally don't need to do that. That's just your personal preference. So now you have everything ready to put your book together, and all you need to do is either add a row of glue dots. Here I think I used the 3D glue dots, or if you had some hot glue in your hot glue gun, you can just go ahead and add a generous amount in that inside spine. And then you just want to lie your book down, and I found the best way to line this up properly is lie your inside pages in and then fold the cover up over top of it. And once you do that, you're going to really want to press that spine into the envelopes there. Just press it in really well. And if you're using hot glue, make sure that your glue is dried up a bit before you let go. But the glue dots actually work really well. And then if you'd like, you can go ahead and leave the pages on the inside as they are, or what I did is I just glued down with some adhesive the front and back envelope just to the cover, just so it's a little bit more stable. So here is the inside of that mini book all ready to go, and that was so fast and easy. I think this whole project from start to finish took me less than 30 minutes. You can see there's a lot of different envelopes in there. I added in both the chevron and some of the wood grain envelopes, and they're just the right size. You can add some of the Jillibean Soup shipping tags, or even the vellum coin envelopes and the plain craft coin envelopes if you want to add in some little treasures you might have found on your vacation or whatnot. You do have to trim down the tags a little bit because you did fold up that end of the envelope, but I think I trimmed off maybe 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch to the shipping tag, but aside from that, it's finished. So here is a close-up of my album. You can see that I've just taken one of the mini placemats and embossed it with gold embossing powder, and then I've tucked some vellum in behind just to create a translucency, and then added it to the front of my cover along with one of the wooden sprinkles. I filled up my album with some smaller pictures, some tags. I did quite a bit of stamping inside the book, and each of the tags has journaling on it. I've also used some of the stampables here, like that butterfly with stamping on it, and some of the corrugated shapes, some of the thinner Jillibean Soup embellishments work really well on here. And you can see I've stamped a camera from Sightseeing Stew on some vellum and added even in one of the wooden nickels into the center of one of my punch circles. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks again for joining me on Tuesday on the Jillibean Soup blog, and we will see you next time.